Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ready to Roll. Yeah, we're excited to be here for our 21st episode. It's crazy to think of how the time has flown. We are here, 21 episodes. We're coming up just a few more months until our year mark. That'll be insane. Maybe we'll do something special for the year mark, but we haven't talked too much about that yet. But
PPK. That's my vote.
PPK. So, for those of you who are like, wait a minute, you told me we're going to have a new cast member. We do have a new cast member. They are here. We're just going to keep them a surprise until they actually are here. So they are present. They just aren't visible to you yet, but they will be. They will be. Don't worry about it. The next thing that we just a few brief announcements that I want to talk about real quick. The first announcement is that this Friday, so in 2 days, we are going to have a one-shot ran by my older brother Eric, who has done a few things on the channel before. He's going to be running. It's going to be called the Oracle's Ossuary. It is a it's going to be run in the Savage World system, so different than our usual Dungeons and Dragons. It's looking to be very interesting. I'm very excited for it. You'll, of course, see some of our regulars. So I'll be there. Lydia will be there. Sarah, who you've seen a few times on Eldritch Noir, and some of our one-shots will be there. And then, of course, also we will have some non-regulars, people you haven't seen before, that will be on the one-shot. So be excited for that. And then on the 11th, if everything's still going to according to plan, we have our next mini campaign coming up. Lydia, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it is Heroic Tales of Rosewood Hall. If you are a fan or familiar or just of the Redwall books by Brian Shaw, that is going to be very much the vibe of this new side quest. It is going to be really, really fun. We're really excited. We've got some regular faces, like we've got Brayden, we've got Adam, and then we've got some less regular faces. My husband Nick is going to play. We're going to have Ian from Eldritch Noir, and another face that has never been on this channel before, Sarah's husband Jeff, is going to be playing with us too. It's going to be so awesome. I'm already getting like finalized characters and stuff from people. It's going to be really, really great.
We're super excited. We're super excited about all the stuff that's happening here in Homebrew Hall. It's great. But with no further ado, let's get to the real reason everyone's here. To watch Ready to Roll. So just a brief recap of what happened last time. Lots of things happened last time. It was we've had kind of two intense sessions back to back. So after the departure of Artyom and Drith from the group, as they were called away to help the Chosen of Silhana, Shalanya needed a little bit of alone time, it seems, and some theological and spiritual searching. She went out to wander the grounds by herself, and she called out to her ancestor, the fallen Saint Yarick, so the one who was responsible for the creation of the tieflings. And they had a pretty interesting exchange that I highly recommend you go watch, because I put a lot of work into that. I spent like 4 hours writing that exchange, so highly recommend going and watch it. But it was, basically, the big takeaway from that was that Jelania learned the fate of the tieflings after death. Tieflings either will be taken to Silhana's embrace if they chose to follow Silhana and her teachings, or at least the teachings of her church, or they will be cursed to fight in hell forever by Yarick's side if they choose to distance themselves from Silhana. Jelania doesn't like either of those options, of course. That's just the kind of woman that Jelania is, and she left with renewed purpose and trying to make her own path. But then after that, the next morning, while there were some of the other party members did a few things. Piotr read the journal. Kadiak tried to scalp and skin the dragon to very little success because someone else before him butchered it. Someone whose name starts with a Z. We won't go into too much detail about that. But they were called to the Boyar, and the Boyar informed them that they needed to go stop Podara. The shaman that they had captured, Hyalta, revealed that Podara was going to go perform a ritual at a very specific place, not too far from where they were. And so they headed off in that direction, where they engaged in combat with Podara. They were not surprised to see that Podara had profane guardsmen with her, and they were performing their ritual. While the rest of the crew worked on dispatching the profane guardsmen, Kadiak made it his mission to fight and force Podara out of the stone circle that she was in. As they were certain that they were trying to perform a sacrifice, and so that's what he was trying to prevent. He did successfully get her out of the circle eventually, and where she died, she was slain by Corvit's hand outside the circle. But at the last moment, a mysterious profane guardsman appeared out of a portal and stabbed Kadiak and slit his throat, leading to him bleeding profusely and his eventual death inside the circle, with the ominous message, "It was always meant to be you." Kadiak became the sacrifice for the sacrifice of bone. The party tried desperately to stop it, even some scooping the blood out of the snow in the circle and throwing it out, but little avail. Kadiak left them with instructions of what to do with his body. He said to go east a mile past the border. When you reach the stone shaped like the head of a wolf, turn south and wait. There you'll find his tribe. So we're gonna pick up right there. It is evening. You've taken your friend's or your comrades. It's up to you how you truly felt about him. Your comrade's corpse. As we know, Jelania necessarily wasn't his biggest fan, but you're taking your comrade's corpse a ways away for the evening, and you're getting ready to set up your camp for the night.
So how far have we made it?
We'll say that you're pretty close to the border, like you're a plot appropriate distance from the border.
Gotcha.
So on the morrow, we can go meet his tribe, his clan.
Yes. First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Wait. Disregard that.
We'll disregard nothing, because you said nothing.
Oh, I said something, but
We didn't hear
maybe
you.
So, Corvette, so it's what time? It's like nighttime, you said, Patrick?
It's getting nighttime, probably like dusk.
Dusk, and
It's also been like a really long day. You guys didn't a lot of you didn't take a long rest before you came here. So
That's
a lot
right.
of you so this is your first real long rest in like 48 hours. So like you guys are like exhausted.
So tired.
Really tired. You haven't slept in like 48 hours. It's just, been one constant thing after, a dragon, then a werebear, then your friend died. Yeah, it's been a rough life in the party of this group that we have yet to name.
Well, we're not really a
Wait,
party
we haven't
anymore.
ate yet.
Just a day ago, there were 6 of us. And now there's just the 3 of us.
I know. Makes you wonder what lies in store. Hopefully we'll be able to navigate the obstacles.
Oh, I have no illusions. I fully expect to be dead within a year.
Well, I'm call me a betting man, but I'm hoping to see a few more rotations of the sun or whatever happens in a year. Few more falls, a few more of the constellations. Patrick, I don't know how your world works.
Generally, the world rotates around the sun. It's a well-known fact.
So we are not in fact, the center of the universe here.
Nope.
So.
Well, particularly since the sun is seen as a symbol of Silhana. No, they never would have accepted the fact that the sun rotated around the Earth. Would have revolved around the sun.
Religious garbage.
Religious garbage. The sun rotates around the Earth. It's...
Heliocentrality is still wrong.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So we just have Kadiak's body with us.
Yeah, you have Kadiak's body with you, and it's surprisingly like you'd expect like something to be happening to it, like, but it's like, you know, rigor mortis or anything, but surprisingly it's not. Nothing's really actually happening to it. Like, it still looks like, honestly, if it wasn't for the big gash, you were pretty sure that he's sleeping.
All right. Well,
would that be concerning? That seems really odd.
That thing. Can I perform an Arcana check to see what's wrong with? Well, I mean, clearly nothing's wrong, air quotes, but like something's wrong.
Definitely go for it.
There's a guy dead. No, there's nothing wrong. That's fine with it. You know, Piotr's used to that.
I mean, like, it's like, okay, say your best friend. Okay, that's morbid. Say your best friend dies, right? You know,
and you go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Say your best friend dies, and it's like a week later, and he has not decomposed. That's weird. It's not necessarily a bad thing, unless, of course,
check are you doing now?
Unless, of course, dark magic is afoot, which is Piotr's suspicion. But of course, he's never going to know because I rolled a 4 plus. Why can't I? Those numbers are so small. I rolled a 10.
A 10. You rolled a 10 total. All right. You have you can think of several spells off the top of your head that would do something similar, you know, spare the dying. I know there's another cleric spell that specifically does this effect, but you're not, you know, several things. You're also maybe, you know, you're theorizing that maybe his contact with Maeve might have had something to do with the change in the aging of his dead body, but you can't put a finger on exactly what's going on.
Yeah, because, like, I didn't see anybody cast a spell, I don't think, last session. But, yeah, the whole
Another thought
thing
process
is a question mark.
It's really north, and it's really cold.
It's really north, but you're looking south. Things are going south with your body temperature. Anyway.
Speaking of cold, should we light a fire or something?
Yeah. If we're making camp for the night, so Corvette starts.
Or is that stupid?
Good question.
What is worse,
cold.
people finding us or it being cold? I say it being cold.
Well, if we wake up dead, then it doesn't matter.
We
if
won't
people
wake
find
up
us.
dead, Piotr. If we're dead, we won't wake up. Anyway,
not on this world.
So Corvette, as part of setting up kind of camp, setting up, I don't know if we have like little tents or whatever we sleep in, little bedrolls instead. I don't quite remember.
I mean, what's in your pack? I don't think any of you ever brought tents. Bedrolls.
That's something I'll be investing in.
Is that not something that we would have been supplied with, though, before we left? Conceivably.
I feel like they thought we'd be back within a day because it was only like an hour or two to get to the place.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. Like, they were, at this point, they might just be assuming you're dead. To be honest, they might think, oh crap, they failed. They might be.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
What do I have?
But
I'm
as
sure
setting
Idina will love that again.
As Corvitte's just like setting up camp and just kind of just in his head a little too much. He does head over to Kadiak because I don't know if it was stated last time. Obviously tried to stop the bleeding before, but he actually thinking about returning the body to his clan and his family nearby, he goes ahead and starts kind of cleaning the blood and kind of tending the wound and just wrapping it up, just to give back to Kadiak's family.
Okay.
And
I want to give me a religion check to see how familiar with Nursane funeral rites you are.
wait, did you say religion? Okay.
Religion, yep.
Like, this is appropriate. I got a nat 1. It's appropriate because I literally live the farthest away you can get from Norsay in the Empire. So I have no clue. So all I'm doing
Is this?
I'm not necessarily trying to do a religious rite. Hopefully, I'm just tending the wound and like cleaning it. So if that's part of it, oh well, I screwed up. But that's what Corbett's doing.
The big thing is you were trying to see if you didn't interfere with things for their ritual or anything.
Is this something that Piotr would have had at least a passing familiarity with, and could at least like intercede if there were grievous errors afoot?
Yeah, I'll let you give him advantage on the check since you're part of the anti-raiding coalition. You might have some knowledge.
That's a much better roll. I got a 14.
Okay. So
no, sorry, no, 17. My bad.
Oh.
So you are aware, much better than that one. You are aware that when the Norsayans die in battle, they kind of want to show off the wound that killed them. So you're definitely fine cleaning it and getting rid of the blood and stuff, but wrapping it and covering it is definitely not going to be your best bet.
All right.
You want to keep that visible, as disgusting as it may be.
Piotr, am I doing this right? So you said don't cover it, just let it be?
Well, here's Ian's thoughts that are being transposed to Piotr. Well, I mean, I don't really see. Yeah, who's that guy? He's my guardian angel. I don't really see a problem covering it for now. I mean, we don't. I guess if it gets bigger, then that's fine. That's just more glory to him. Yeah, I wouldn't cover it. Just don't look at it at all.
Okay. And after tending to the wound, but not really bandaging or covering it, Corbett, because he was given Kadiak's medallion to also give to his father with the body, but he holds it, kind of bows quietly over Kadiak, and in Celestial says, "May you find the rest in peace in the next life, or the adventure that is waiting. Thank you." And just leaves that at that. And sits there for a good portion of an hour, kind of just taking everything in.
All right. Anyone else have
Anya's
anything?
just kind of sitting, probably over by the fire, just like watching Corvette and Piotr doing whatever they're doing. Just sitting. Kind of like half keeping watch a little bit, but not like super attentively.
At the end of that hour, unless Piotr is doing something else for them.
Well, once Piotr is pretty confident that, like, you know, like he's not super well versed in these things. He just knows, you know, battle scars are cool to show off at funerals for these people. So once he's pretty sure that concept has been instilled in Corbett's mind, he's gonna go walk over to Jelania, Anya, Annie, little Annie. He's gonna walk over
no.
to her.
Oh no.
You look comfortable.
What makes you say that? I'm sitting on the snowy ground.
Uh, yeah, that's why I inflected there. I don't know if you saw the comfortable. I, I'm having trouble reading you, I guess.
Oh, I have trouble reading myself, so welcome to the club, I think.
How you feeling?
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of the same.
How are you feeling?
It's weird, you know. We like practically live with the guy. You know, it's tragic that he's dead, but in so many ways, he was largely a stranger to me. But at the same time, I'm so used to his presence that it's weird. I don't know. My brain doesn't know how to grasp it. You know? Does that make sense?
I suppose so. It's definitely not the same for me. Usually I would stay separate from you five. I did not see him as much, and neither he or I are the kind to open up much. So you also had kind of prior knowledge of his culture and things that probably got you off on a better start.
Yeah, I had my predispositions, I'll say. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, oh wow, out of character. I almost literally honestly gave like an analogy that would make no sense in world. So now I'm trying to think of anyway, yeah, it's like
Like when your
when
phone
you're
dies, right?
no, it's like when you've got a fan on in the background and then it's just off and you're like, oh, that was on. It's like when you're by the ocean and the sound of the waves just kind of blends in with your surroundings and almost becomes ingrained in your consciousness, and then almost to imagine as if suddenly that were just not there, something that you didn't really pay attention to, and now it's kind of all you can think about. It's just, I don't know, it's a weird thought, weird feeling.
Yeah. Weird.
I'm gonna go make sure Corbett doesn't like, I don't know, put perfume on Cadillac or something.
Okay.
See
Sorry
you
if you
around.
wanted to talk deeper. I just.
Oh
Sorry.
no, I don't know. I just saw you. I was like, oh hey, Anya's there, and I didn't know what was going on in your head, so I figured out. Patrick, making me laugh. Anyway, I'll see ya. Gosh dang it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Oh, you're
Just
there.
walk 10 feet away and stand somewhere else.
Can you
We're all, like,
go
right
behind
here.
that tree? I don't. If I look at you, I have to talk to you.
Don't have to talk to me.
Oh dear. All right. Okay. Anything else that's going on in the evening?
Yes. After the hour of 45 minutes to an hour of just thinking, pondering, Corbett gets up, comes back over to his companions, and rifles through his bag.
There are no rifles in this world.
and searches, seeks in his pack for the last bottle of wine that he got from, what was it, the Dwarven Castle or Dwarven underground like tunnels?
Oh, the cat. The
think
Or
castle.
no, the
the-
castle is the castle.
Yeah, the
Never-
in the
Kemlemrov
valley.
Castle.
Yeah. Pulls it out and uses, I don't know if is it like corked, is what's keeping the wine in there?
Someone
There's a
has-
cork.
Ian, what keeps wine in?
What? Wait, what? Oh, a cork? You mean like inside the bottle?
I'm just making sure.
Cork,
Cool.
it's
So
cork,
I take
right?
Yeah.
I just making sure. I summon Eladin as like a long pointed just like a skinny dagger, stab it in, and then like pull
Hey!
the cork out.
Hey,
Eladin's like,
this is demeaning. What are you doing that for?
we need some
I'm
of
not
this.
a bottle opener. I'm a weapon of mass arcane destruction.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
do you
found
want
some
a
use
glass or
tonight.
Are you kidding? You found some use tonight? Without me, you'd be a dead man. That specter,
True.
I'm the one who gives you the
Oh.
power to do that.
Thank you. Not tonight, Eldon, please.
Not tonight, Illidan, please.
And then he vanishes. The cork falls on the ground. Let's say, anyone need some tonight? I feel like the past 24 hours has been pretty
Awful?
heavy load. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I'll take a glass. I don't really
Do we
know.
have? Yeah.
I don't know if you're carrying around wine glasses.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
She's carrying
I'm
around
not carrying
Like
around
in
white
my
glass.
hands,
Imagine
just
not.
like, more
Sure, you
points, sir.
all probably like you probably have like a mess kit, and each mess kit would come
Yeah,
with
a
like
little metal.
like metal like tin cup that you could use. But
Are we afraid of cooties? Are we that scared
No,
of cooties? Come
no,
on.
I just take a drink, a
Piotr.
swig,
I don't
and
think you
pass it
had the
to.
choice back then. You just kind of like everybody. Anyway,
Pass it over to Anya. And then,
Drink
speaking
A
of,
lot.
it's like, whoa, I still want some more. Come on, whoa.
I won't drink all of it. Relax.
And
I
speaking
don't
of-
drink all of it.
Thanks for the clarification. Also, I do have my Spectre buddy because it didn't die in the previous fight, and it doesn't go away till at the end of my long rest. So he'll be patrolling all night, just keeping watch. So we can actually get some sleep.
never
Alright.
mind. I won't make that joke. I was gonna make a Mass Effect joke about
But-
specters.
well, Brayden would understand, but most of our audience probably wouldn't. I guess some of them would, but
I'm sure a lot of them would, but anyway, it's
Oh.
gone now.
So
Are we? We're still doing this thing, right?
I mean, I
Take a
think
Drink.
at this point, not to would kind of be to make a mockery of the sacrifices not only that we've made, but like Kadiak is literally dead on behalf of this cause. So I think we ought to. We've gotten to this point, and I feel as if, so to speak, the path behind us has vanished. So we've got to go forward. But I don't know. I'm not the boss here. So what's everybody
I
else
don't
think?
think any of us are the boss. But I do feel that if we just keep racing and running after every hint of the profane guard that we hear or smell out, we're just all going to die. It was hard enough when there were 6 of us. With just the 3 of us, it becomes a lot more impossible in my mind. And I don't care. Like I said, I don't expect to survive. I don't really mind dying in this path, but for the sake of the whole world, probably would be better if we didn't.
I agree. Um, do you have another idea? I mean, it seems like you
No,
don't want to
no,
give
no.
up.
I was the past again day and a half is just we were literally half of our party, or half of our group in 24 hours, and so it's just been difficult to imagine going forward. But as you
We could put
say,
out a we
huh?
could put out a help wanted ad. Maybe
I
hire
think
Help
we
some
need to
help.
wanted
do much more
and
than that.
and stop the end of the world, something like that, right?
Yeah, that'll be the
I
Sign up
position.
here.
End of
I
world,
think we
stop
need
the
to
murder.
start informing people in a much wider way that there's something going on. We were taken apart by the whim of a princeling and some dude in a portal. If we continue on just the three of us, it's going to get even worse because three is much worse than six. I I really think we need to start informing just the wider world that there's something happening. Obviously, we need to be careful who we go to first, because who knows whether or not they would just turn around and put on the mask and stab us. But we can't let it just be the three of us anymore, or even just the six of us anymore. That was not sustainable.
Think I agree,
Yeah.
but who do we like? Who do we tell?
Patrick, anyone,
I was like, we
any
can't tell
way,
Patrick. He doesn't exist in this universe.
Not in the form that you are
DM.
familiar with.
Oh no.
Oh, we come across Patrick, final boss, something like that. But DM.
Yes.
So, is there anyone that I can think of that I know or who have connections with that I am, again, fairly confident, who is influential and not a member of the Profane Guard, or trying to help them in any way possible,
Give me an
aside
insight
from
check,
Arkady? Insight.
because you are attempting to discern um, trying to discern the intents of people and who you're recalling.
Okay.
Just do that.
18.
18.
An 18. Yes.
All right. It's difficult because if you remember very early on in your journey, you talked to the patriarch and that librarian in Berylgrad, and that ended up almost killing all of you. So and you know that is the Profane Guard's strength, is that you don't know where they are at, and it seems that they've infiltrated almost every level of society in the Empire at this point. So you're not even really sure. The few people that come to mind that you can trust are the citizens of Pelegorod from back at the beginning. People like Sheriff David. Captain Leosha, who you have been traveling with, and you're sure that, at least Jelania would be sure that Vitali wouldn't be loath to part with them and whatever's left of their platoon. As you know, their platoon was deeply diminished when you used them as a distraction against the Norsean raiders. You do remember that there are people in Norsay who are anti-Profane Guard, and you're sure that Kadiak's family is among them. But when it comes to nobility and other people, you can't be certain. It's a risk that you're going to have to take if you're going to want to try to find people to help you, because you're going to have to just be talking and hoping that the person that you're talking to either isn't under the influence of the Profane Guard or a member of the Profane Guard themselves. It's just, it feels like they have very deep roots that have just gone in, and because they haven't been rooted out in so long, it's a weed that keeps spreading and growing. It's a
So you're
rumor
saying
weed.
you're saying the despair that Corvid is feeling is validated because he has
Very
no clue who he
validated.
could trust.
Very
Wait a
valid.
You're
second.
right to feel depressed. Yeah.
I
Wait
take
a
another
second.
swig of water. Just
Piotr
knock my
has an
head back.
idea.
I have an
Whoops.
idea too. Of somebody.
So we know that there are people who are not down, up, or sideways with the Profane Guard. They have like clubs or something.
What?
What?
So okay? So you know that there are people who are not down with the Profane Guard. You're asking if there are organizations or groups that specifically be fighting
Yeah.
them. Possible. They would be secretive.
Secret.
That you, and you wouldn't. If you're not a member, you wouldn't know. Oh, you all just missed my awesome bottle catch that was happening off screen. But anyway, you wouldn't know off the top of your head that because they are secretive. You're guessing. You are guessing with your familiarity with the way the world works that every organization kind of has an opposite. So you're pretty certain that there would be something that's fighting actively against the Profane Guard. You just aren't sure who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't been doing a good job of it, it seems, by the way. So
Sorry, who hasn't been a good job
whoever's
at what?
been fighting the Profane Guard, they have not been doing a good job.
Oh yeah, fighting, yeah.
I mean, let's be fair. Have we been doing that good of a job?
You're 3 for 3.
We've won
when it
every
comes to
fight we've had
sacrifices.
against them.
But when it comes to the sacrifices that you know of, you're 3 for 3. The first one
Yeah,
you didn't have a
not so
chance of
great.
stopping, but the other two.
Yeah, not so good. No, I think it's possible that we could tell the commander of the Boyar's forces, Antonin Nikolaev. Possible. But, and I've told Korvit this, there is an ability that I have where I can hear what people are thinking for a short amount of time. It could be that I can do that whenever we decide to tell someone so that I can immediately gauge their response and their reaction to know if we've done an oopsie and should kill them immediately.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about just being like, oh, you're gonna tell people now we stick a needle in your
Why is
throat
that
or
bad?
whatever.
If they're like, oh, I'm part of the Profane Guard, I want to kill you, wouldn't it be fine to kill them?
Yes.
Isn't that
yes, it
fine?
would. Yes.
I don't know,
absolutely.
Anya. I think
Corvid's
there are
100%.
rules
The
of
Profane
engagement.
Guard.
I think you're outvoted. It's much easier to do now.
Well, that's a first.
I'm telling Mom.
But Antovin seemed very sincere and very straightforward. Obviously, we weren't talking about these sorts of things, but
Who did?
Antonin Nikolaev, the commander of the Boyar's forces, when he and I spoke earlier today.
Did you do the mind reading thing?
No, I did not.
Well, we can do that if we need to. But that's a good idea.
I can only do it one time a day. Just once.
Good to know.
How long
Well-
does it last?
1 minute. Not long. But I did it. I've done it to other people before. And maybe if I had done it with Svetla before, that probably would have saved us a lot of trouble.
Well,
Well,
let's.
oh, go ahead, Corbett.
I think that's a start. We'll start there and figure it out as we go. That's kind of what we've been doing. But I want to tell both of you guys real quick, just be super open with kind of what's going on with me, and I look over at Anya. Piotr, I've... So, did you happen to see when we were fighting the dragon? Anya mentioned that to me that when I had my celestial blessing from my saint, with my wings out, that they disappeared for a second. Did you see that?
What with the death and like stuff flying around? I can't say that I did.
Okay. Well, the quick story of it is after my family in the monastery, my adopted family, were murdered, I went searching. I realized I didn't have the strength or the power to help protect. Even being dragon touched, being an Asimar. And so I went and searched, and in the records that I found, a hint of a weapon, of a very powerful weapon. And I went and searched, and was hidden in the Southern Isles, and that is Eladin. And I made a pact with it or him. Still don't know much. Very rash.
You got a
And
rash after the
it's
pact.
no, I.
Oh,
It
I
is.
didn't. I didn't know the terms of the pact. And
It's very. It's a decision I made in haste. It felt like, but at the same time, I've been stubborn about it. My saint Bronislav, and being, having the influence of a saint and an influence of this fey creature talking weapon, they battle inside me of what path I should take and follow, and I think it's affecting me.
maybe you just need to learn to listen to yourself more.
What are these two paths? I mean, I can probably guess what the saint wants. What does the weapon want?
Something. I don't know exactly what. It doesn't feel like malice, but he needs my help. It needs my help to, I don't know, set him free or something.
It didn't say what it needed?
No. Again, very not thinking it through choice, but at the same time, it's been so hard because I've always had Saint Bronislav to be there, supposedly, and yet when I killed the people at the monastery, he wasn't there. And so that's why I went and found Eladin. And I've seen what he has done. So I wanted you both to know, because that is a little wild card. And I don't want to be. I don't want to be the cause of either of you getting hurt or dying. And I don't know where I stand still.
Well, then that's something that we should figure out. I don't think that we have enough power behind us or knowledge to do much of anything right now. I think we need to spend some time learning what's going on with the Profane Guard, with ourselves, before we can decide what to do next. Hopefully, we will have enough time to do that. Before other sacrifices get made.
I agree. I think some strategizing is in order. It's definitely a delicate balance. I think quick, decisive action is certainly needed, but we've already had a few missteps, and I don't know how many more we can suffer before we blow it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well,
But, just to put it out there, I don't have any super powerful brother that's going to come and take me away. Do either of you have super powerful people that are going to come and pick you up and take you away?
well, I am the son of a boyar. So,
Uh-huh.
technically, nah, he wouldn't. He'd try.
Are you sure?
I could see him trying, just because I've been off the map for a while. But especially with Arkady seeing me and being in the bigger towns in Norgarn, word will get to him very quickly. And I think he just really cares that I'm making a presence, being dutiful to the family.
I've
But I'm
been
not
open, however reluctantly, about the one skeleton in my closet, and I don't think it will be following me anywhere anytime soon. But we'll see.
Okay. So then we can expect that the three of us will at least stay on this. Unless we die.
I mean, there's that. So, but we're too
Piotr
wonderful
pours
to die.
himself a glass of wine or a wooden tankard, whatever the heck he's got, and lifts it in the air. To death or victory, whatever happens.
Whatever comes first.
To none of it really mattering in the end.
Yeah. Just shakes the last of it out. Oh, okay. Well, at least we can rest tonight. Get some sleep. Jelania, you look really tired.
Thanks. Such a compliment.
I
I
know.
always love to hear it.
I know. You're gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then I give like instructions to the specter, be like, just keep watch. Wake us if anything dangerous comes by.
It moans.
Oh, that's so scary.
No.
We're all
Spectre's
gonna have the
to
worst
follow your rules.
nightmares.
Also, be quiet. Be stealthy. Be stealthy and watch.
Corbett, that thing is really disgusting. I hope you know that.
Yeah, no, it's
Maybe
Hey.
you should tell Eladin that.
He's mad that I used him as the cork stopper, taker outer, something like
Well,
that.
then tell him that I tell him that.
Okay. Actually, I summon Eldin again.
He does not answer your summons.
And wait, he doesn't come?
Doesn't come.
Screw you, I'm not a cork popper.
I am so screwed. I have both of my patrons mad at me.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm like, he's really mad at me. So, okay. I'll tell him next time he shows up.
Or maybe don't.
Don't tell him? Don't show up?
If you don't want him to be mad at you, you can tell him to be mad at me. I'm a terrible influence. People accept this.
Dude.
Reason
No,
with
not.
a sword.
No.
Well, speaking of bottles that can't be reclosed, if somebody doesn't drink the rest of that, it's going to taste like vinegar in the morning.
Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of
And
it.
I'll have
Unless
freaky
you want it.
dreams with or without it, so I'm going to go without it. I don't need to encourage my central nervous system. That's a term that they know in this universe, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to drink it. Somebody probably should, because otherwise it'll get wasted.
Based upon
guess it's
Corbett's
mine?
description earlier, I was under the assumption it was already empty.
I was
Yeah.
too, but maybe there's still some at the bottom of your glass. Here.
Piotr is so trashed that he's like, there's like,
He's like, give me more.
like,
It's like,
there's a good 3 ounces in that bottle.
I feel like we've been fairly cogent for the three of us having gone through an entire bottle just
oh,
with
we
us
had
three.
to. Yeah, but it's 3 people to a bottle. How intoxicated? Depends how well we can hold our liquor, right?
Um,
I'm a teenager, so I'm
You
sure I
aren't
can
you
handle it very
20
well.
now? Aren't you?
what's
like,
everyone's
20?
body weight?
No, yes, I am 20 now.
Yeah,
Not
It was
important.
like a week ago.
Not
Hey,
important to
happy
determine how drunk
birthday.
you are right now.
Oh, should we roll?
You don't need
Yes.
to roll
I'm
at this-
approximately
Dang it.
20 drunk. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna turn in. I have no spell magics, and I want them back.
Oh yeah, you were out.
He's out
You did
before they even
Neither
won
of you
last
had
fight.
long rests. I'm the only one who had a long rest last night.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So you're all going to sleep?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to, but I should.
Piotr.
Oh no.
You
Oh,
awaken
no.
on. Oh, you open your eyes, finding yourself on the familiar balcony at this point. However, the woman standing in front of you this time is not the woman that normally is standing there. It is. She looks very elven.
Oh no, I
with
didn't kill you.
red hair. She's wearing this kind of. She's wearing a very, very dark purple robe, and when she turns around, you see her purple eyes that you recognize as that of Maeve from Palega Road. She looks at you. You dream very easily. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have had more than like one of those glasses of wine. I knew this was gonna happen. I thought that I had stopped myself in time. So sorry for barging into your abode. Is
no,
that
I
what-
barged in here. I needed someone to talk to.
Oh, well,
And
please.
You were going to dream anyway. And she looks at the balcony and looks down. I feel very, very sorry for that woman. You
I do
shoved her
too.
off that? You shoved her off the balcony?
Technically, yes. To be honest, I don't. It's a very fuzzy night for me, but I do. I did the thing. I did that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Unimportant. Not what I'm here to talk about. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation last night.
Which part?
The whole thing. The need to strategize, searching for power. The fact that
Oh, I was
you
gonna say I talked about like death rights for
the fact that
Norsans and a
you
lot of
let Kadiok die. I'm very upset about that. I had plans for that man.
I don't think anybody said we let Kadiok
You
die.
certainly didn't try very hard to stop him.
Neither did you.
There are rules, you know this. The mortals are the pawns, and us greater beings aren't allowed to intervene. You know this.
Maybe you should have pawned us better.
Perhaps,
Drug Kyogre is the best.
but you aren't you aren't my pawns. But except for the fact that you all owe me a favor. That's the only thing that I am coming.
I never got my question. Still don't know what
That's-
I want.
Well, when you know your question, go for it. I'm here to collect my favor from you.
What do you want?
Very simple. You're going to meet someone.
I meet a lot of people all the time.
This one will be very different. This one possesses the power that you're looking for. And the means to more power.
Oh,
Though she may not quite yet realize what that is.
Who is this person? This she?
With that, she kind of like waves her hand, and in the air you see kind of this fog appear, and then in it you see a elven woman. She looks to be very, kind of short for an elf, about 5'4", slim. She has strawberry blonde waist-length hair, brown eyes, and freckles. And she said,
Actually, this is just the girl version of you.
I don't have strawberry blonde hair. What are you smoking?
Okay, you're pretty ginger. Okay, never mind. Please continue.
Anyway, this is, you will meet this woman within the next 24 hours. It is imperative that you take her with you and that you convince her to come with you.
Oh, are we meeting her in public?
No.
You seem to have a lot of information about this meeting.
Do you happen to remember where you are in Norsay? You happen to remember who the Norsayans worship? You're in my domain. I know everything that goes on here in Norsay.
Valid. I'm just making sure, like, if I've got to, like, quasi-abduct somebody, I'd rather it not be in public.
You will meet her. You don't need to abduct her. She will actually, I believe, be quite willing to go on a journey. She's been looking to go on a journey herself. How much you tell her about what your journey entails, of course, is up to you, though I might not necessarily be willing to hide the details. But she has considerable amounts of power herself. She is a very powerful person, as well as, though she may not realize it, she holds the key to more power that you will need for this upcoming.
I mean, 4 heads are better than 3.
And this is the favor I ask of you, is that you take her with you, and you do not ever, and you specifically will never let her out of your sight.
I mean, that's better than giving you my eye, so...
Yes, you're getting a better deal out of this than your friend Kadiok did. I never got to extract a favor from Kadiok either. I guess I'll have to see if I need anything done in the afterlife.
Maybe I do have a question, but not the question. Just a question.
You don't get to ask a question unless it's the question. So you better think about if this is the question that you really want.
No, it's literally out of pure curiosity. Do you not just have conversations?
I'm a Fey Lord, an Arch-Fey. I do what I want. And I've decided that if you're going to ask me a question, it has to be the question. Not just any question.
No, that's...
I do things on pure fancy and whim most of the time.
Fine, so be it. I'm not asking the question, because that's stupid. You're going to give me some cursory answer. It's not going to be worth my time, even dedicating it to it for the rest of this
For being an
stupid
unimportant
conversation.
question, you sure are heartbroken over the fact that you don't get to
No,
ask it.
it's the principle of the matter, you fiend.
Fiends are entirely different than Fae. I would like to point that out.
I don't care what you are. I went to sleep. You
Most
woke
people
me
call
up
me
or
a witch.
something. Huh?
Most people call me a witch. A Fae witch. That's very common. Eladin was a big fan of that back when we were dating.
What? I can't. Now I have questions, but I can't ask them because.
Fine, I will let you ask one question.
You were already going to let me ask one.
Without wasting your precious other question. Mortals and their desires to have answers to everything.
What is your... Why do you... Like, now that you're seeing eye dwarf is gone, why do you care what happens to us?
You see, the world that you live in is, of course, part of this world, but it belongs outside. You know, there's more to this universe and this world than just this material plane that we're on. There's a lot of people on this planet and in this universe, and I happen to be one of the people who lives in this universe. I'd rather not see it destroyed. And that's as far as the extent of my interest goes. I would like to see the world. I would like to see the world survive, so that way I can continue living in it. It's quite a pleasant place the Dragon Gods created, honestly. It's a shame that you all can't seem to see it. You're so caught up in your, oh, woe is me, I'm sentenced to one fate in the afterlife or the other. Or, whoa, just be grateful that you have the chance to exist. There are lots of people and things out there that would love the chance to exist that don't get the chance to because things prevented it. I can't speak more on that matter.
And Maeve, well, first off, thank you. That was fascinating. I'm shocked at how almost human your thoughts are. Or, well, I shouldn't say human, mortal.
I may be immortal, but I still have feelings and emotions and cares. Just a lot of them are a bit more complex than you can understand at times, so I'm putting this into terms that you can understand for your puny little brain.
Well, congratulations. You have managed to make a very complex situation seem very simple to this rock-headed...
Well, if I was to go into
Whatever
all the metaversal explanations and everything that was going on, you would wake up a very insane man and you would not be able to speak coherently to your friends ever again.
Give it 4 more dreams on this balcony and I might be there already. I actually think I have my question for you, Maeve.
Oh, really? I would be very interested to hear it.
Can I morph it into a request?
A request requires a little bit more effort on my part. Is there anything else that you'd be willing to give me? I won't ask for more because
I can give you a shekel.
You're already doing this favor for me. But perhaps if you were to sweeten the pot a bit, I'd be willing to upgrade it from question to request.
Can I state what I would like you to do for me and then have you name your price?
Give me a persuasion check. Literally try to persuade basically the equivalent of a god right now. Good luck.
Do it, you charismatic son of a...
Wish me luck. I have to add my proficiency bonus. Gonna suck.
This is why Piotr's our bard.
17.
Very well. Date your request, and then I'll see.
I would like more insight on Katya's family? Like, how are they? And
Is that an answer that you really want to know? These dreams are already driving you mad. You really want to know how her family feels?
I have to know.
Very well. Then that is that what we'll give you, and I won't even ask her anything else, because that in and of itself seems more like a question. So
Yeah, okay, yeah, nope, never mind.
she holds out her hand. Take my hand, and we shall see.
Piotr reaches out his hand and grabs it.
You find yourself back in Vinhelm, though looking at it from astral projection-y eyes. You find yourself sitting in a. You find yourself sitting in the Boyar's throne room, and you see the figures are all kind of blurry. You can recognize the Boyar. You see a man and a woman sitting on a chair. Then you see two figures standing before the Boyar of Vinhelm. And you see sitting next to the Boyar, you recognize as the Boyar's son, and he looks very, very upset. The two figures are speaking in kind of this shadowy, voice. They're speaking in the answer. We've managed to track the murderer down. We know where he was last seen. The Boyar lifts his head. He looks at them. He looks at some of the other shadowy figures. Your daughter will be avenged. We will. These are two of the best bounty hunters that we've heard of. He won't be gone for long. He won't be safe. We will bring him back to Vinhelm, and he will suffer the Boyar's justice. Or, he looks at the two figures. He'll be dead before he gets back. The two figures look at the Boyar, and they give their thanks. And the son and his son says, "We were to be wed. We were going to announce our engagement the next day. I will make sure that this man suffers for what he has done." And with that, you find yourself back on the balcony. But Maeve is not there. Instead, you see Katya. And you reach out, and you shove her over the balcony's edge yet again. And you awaken in your cold sweat that you're getting pretty used to at this point. And in fact, Jelania and Corvette, Piotr's been screaming in his sleep for about the past half hour. Just shouting and screaming.
I think we're probably like holding him down or something.
Yeah,
Like-
trying to shake him awake or just splash water on him, just anything to wake him up.
Like scoop snow and like press it on his face, like try and wake him up.
So Piotr, you awaken to your friends holding you down, snow
Choking you with snow.
snow on your face.
What? Why'd you who put that there? It's gross.
Piotr, are you okay?
Um,
I was having a dream that I was very proud of you about something, and then you start screaming and freaking out.
You're dreaming about him?
don't worry, I don't.
Not really. No.
You wouldn't be the first.
What
Yeah.
happened,
Really
though?
very helpful. Are you okay?
Just my usual bedfellow with.
No, it wasn't.
What?
You were screaming for the last half hour.
Yeah, Drit
Yeah,
is not here to cuddle you.
Unfortunately.
I seem to have added a new cast member to my dream world woes, to the scene of my dream world woes, and made a stupid request, regretted it,
Can you
and now
please
here we
just
all
speak
are again.
straight? Just
Yeah.
like, we don't need to do secrets anymore.
I mean, that's why I
Yeah.
tried to did last night.
You know what? We should. Yeah, we probably need to talk. I'm not gonna have spell slots again.
You were able to get the benefits of a full rest this time.
Oh,
Thanks.
good.
You're good.
I was like,
I won't be
we're
that
all
mean.
dead.
We can't have 3 people with only 2 spell slots between us. That's not good.
Oh, me.
Um. Well, I'll start out with the most important things first. The would-be father-in-law, right? Right, Patrick? Did I remember that correctly? The would-be father-in-law of the woman whose body I killed is sending someone after me. 2 someones? Or did I forget?
2 someones.
2
I
someones.
thought you said they didn't know it was you.
I thought. Okay, maybe I should back up a little bit. So I went to sleep. Oh wow, there's a lot happened in that dream.
He's still drunk. It's all good. We're also a little bit out.
He's like hungover. He's like, what the heck just happened? I just. So first off, I went to sleep and I was on this balcony that's kind of been pretty familiar to me as of late. It's the balcony, but instead of Katya, Maeve was there. And well, she said, "Oh, I guess we're gonna meet a new friend soon
Excuse me?
in a place whose name I am forgetting. Norgarn. Wait, right? See? No. Norsay. No, wait. What is the place?
All she told you is that
called?
you're going to meet her within the next 24 hours. That's all she said.
Well, that's my assumptions getting the best of me. We are going to meet someone within the next 24 hours who will be joining us, and to whom I have been assigned as watcher. Protector was not the word used. I'm not supposed to let her out of my sight. This is according to Maeve, who I don't really trust. However,
Yeah.
in addition to that, she granted me my question. And I got a glimpse into what's happening back home for me. And yeah, they're coming to find me.
Ooh.
That was a question, Ian. Who?
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
hooting.
I heard ooh, like oh no, that's bad.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh
Um,
no.
Who?
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 That Russian accent.
ooh. Oh look, an owl. My some men hired by her would-be father-in-law.
Right.
Okay.
So that
I'm a wanted man.
How wanted?
By at least two
Like,
people. Well, two people are paid to care about it. There were a lot of other people in that room. I couldn't really see them. A lot of people want me, and not in a beautiful way.
Okay.
all right. Well, sure.
So that's a thing. Now that
So
we are a
you
couple party
need to
members down.
be. Yeah. So you can't be you anymore. You
Good.
need to be someone else.
I should disguise myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that for other people. I think it was Artyom that did that before.
I think so.
Right.
Well, we will we'll get some different clothing when we get back to Norgarn. We'll make you look a little different. Not as diplomatic. And yeah, but I think that's something we just have to wait to do.
Yeah. But maybe we should get moving. What time of night is it? Is it close to the morning at all?
It's close to the morning.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was the
Okay.
last half hour of your long rest that Piotr was freaking out.
Okay.
And maybe we should
Well,
get moving.
Yeah. Let's just get going.
Okay.
Fortunately, don't have my Spectre to carry Kadiak's body, so start. I imagine that's what I would have done the day before, so.
Cool.
I can. No offense to the two of you. I think I might be the strongest one here.
We don't know that.
On a scale
I
of
mean,
1 to
numerically.
20.
On a scale of 1 to 20.
1 to 20. I'm a whopping 12.
What am I? On a scale of 1 to 20, I'm a 10.
Yeah, and I'm a 15, so.
Well, if you need to trade, I can at least do it for a little bit. So,
I mean, he's heavy. He's heavier than I am, so we
Yeah.
will all need to do this.
Can we make a sleigh?
We've gotten him this far, right?
You have?
Let's just pick him up and drag him.
let's just go.
Not that far. Oh, I
Alright.
hate this.
And then with that, we're going to jump scenes real quick. Galena. Hi. So you are currently running through the forest. You have following behind you the prisoners that you rescued. You were able to get them out. You were able to get them out, and so, however, it didn't, it didn't take too terribly long before your polymorph spell ran out, and the Norsean guards that were still left after your rampage are following you. You have, behind you a group of prisoners, former prisoners, who probably have little to no combat training, that you need to be keeping safe. What's your plan?
Run faster.
Okay. They are all going to attempt to run faster. I will roll their athletic check. Can you give me an athletic check?
Oh, this is gonna be sad.
I am preemptively disappointed.
3.
3. So the prisoners do start running faster than you. They start running faster, but they start running significantly faster than you. Kind of leaving you behind the dust, and the Norsean guards are beginning to catch up. They're letting out whoops and hollers as they and one of them chucks a throwing axe that just whizzes right by your head and implants itself into a tree. So,
Ooh.
yeah. Anything else you want to do real quick, or are you just gonna keep running?
And she, since she's already running slow, can she run and turn and fire off a couple firebolts at the people that just threw an axe at her?
Yeah, definitely. Give me since you are running and gunning, just go ahead and give me an attack check with disadvantage. That means you'll roll twice and take the lower roll.
11.
All right. So you managed to hit one of the guards, and he kind of falls back and stumbles behind. You do have a few more people chasing after you. Here, there's probably about 2 more guards. That's when you turn and look in front of you, and you realize that you see 3 people kind of awkwardly carrying this body through the woods, and he does everything that you can to avoid crashing into them and knocking them to the ground. Piotr, Jelania, and Corvette, you turn and you see this. You hear the sound of fire just blazing through the sky and the air, and you turn and you see this elven woman that Piotr at least recognizes, that is running through the forest, attacking some things behind her. You did happen to see a large group of people running into the forest, but you tried to hide from them because you weren't certain what they were or who they were. But yeah, this elf kind of like runs into you and like almost knocks you all to the ground.
Hi.
Swords out immediately.
the-
Kadiak dumped on the ground, swords out immediately.
Yeah, with
Wait,
that,
wait.
Cora's like, Ellen, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Please help. And then I just try and summon him. Hopefully he comes. It's like, please.
Wait, are swords being drawn at Galena? I'm assuming is her name now. Wait, did
Eladin
Piotr
shows
know
up,
that
but it's like
name?
a rubber hammer. It doesn't do anything.
Eladin does show up if you try to summon him.
He does?
By the way. Yeah, he
Okay.
does show up, yeah.
And then getting ready with like an Eldritch Blast. Just like,
Piotr
I don't
stands
know.
between his current party members and Galena. Hey guys, wait, just wait. And he turns around. There are like
There's
arrows
probably
flying
about like
towards them, aren't there?
2
Is there,
or
like-
there's 2 more guards left that are chasing it, that are coming after
they-
you guys.
Oh, do we see them now?
You see them now, yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
kill
Let's-
those guys, I guess. Piotr's
I'm
gonna roll
gonna-
for initiative. Right?
Yes.
Maybe-
Good plan. Go after them. I'm gonna keep running this way.
Wait, well, don't
Why?
run too far.
They're your problem. And then I fired like 2 Eldritch Blasts that hit just like at the feet of the 2 guards.
Yeah, you cause them to like stop and like
Just, like,
stumble
stop.
back.
Like,
Oh, that's dumb, Ian.
If this
What?
lady is gonna keep running, I'm gonna just let her go and go for the guard people that are coming. Because they are recognizably Norsean, right? And she
Yes,
is not.
Very recognizably
Okay.
Norsean. In fact, you're not even like, you haven't seen the fashion that she is wearing ever in your entire life. It's not a common fashion that you've seen. So as far as you know, she doesn't look like she's from Mordver.
All right. Well, she's not Norsean and she's not wearing profane guard robes, so I'm not gonna immediately kill her.
Fair.
She appreciates that. All right, cool. Yeah, let's just roll for initiative real quick.
I mean, let's be fair. I don't know who this person is. It could be very easily that they could super easily kill me.
That's fair. All right, Shalanya, what'd you roll?
14.
Piotr.
3.
Corvette.
5.
Galena. If you're still here, you still have to roll initiative. You're
Dang
welcome to use your turn to keep running, but you're still here.
12.
12. All right. Okay. So, bad news. The guards get to go first, guys.
Joy.
So the guards are first, followed by Jelania, followed by Galena, followed by Corvette, followed by Piotr. Okay. So the guards are going to go first. They are going to be very kind of hesitant, kind of like surveying the situation first before they do anything else. And so, however, the one of them is going to charge towards Jelania and make an attack at her. And
Cool.
very
That
much
means
miss.
that my brace maneuver comes into play. When a creature I can see moves into my reach, I can use my reaction to make one attack against them.
All right, go ahead and do that.
Oh boy, that's a 25.
All right, roll for damage. You definitely hit.
Okay. So, because this is with the Dragon Slayer, I assume it's not a dragon, but I do get to add the superiority die to the
That-
damage roll.
It's like that would be that would be accurate. It is definitely not a dragon.
That's 15 points of slashing damage.
Perfect. All right, that guard is down. The next guard,
Cool.
seeing his companion's fate, turns and starts running away the opposite direction.
Let's let him be.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
job,
Galena,
Anya.
Galena, are you just running? Are you continuing to run in the direction the prisoners went?
She ran about 20 more feet and hid behind a tree.
Hey, Piotr didn't catch Galena's name in the dream, did he?
Nope.
Hi, miss. This is gonna sound weird, oddly serendipitous, but and I totally don't mean this as a pickup line. I think we're supposed to be together.
She peeks out from behind the tree.
Not like us, but like us. And he kind of like spreads his arm out to the
Well,
the
no, this
party.
is not the polyamorous
No,
offer.
no,
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 not like that. No, nobody kissing anybody. Just, do you know someone by the name of Maeve?
No, I don't.
Oh, this is gonna be much harder to describe. She said that you knew this was gonna happen.
She actually
Listen,
never
I
said
had a-
that. She definitely did not say that.
I can't. My like auditory
He's
comprehension.
he's
must
still
be-
hungover. Sorry.
This is like Patrick. This is like
It's like talking with
the
Ian in
buggy
real life.
incident.
Yes.
This is like the buggy.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Do you want to what? Listen, this is gonna sound crazy, because apparently you don't know who this person is. Our old friend, Kadiak, may he rest in peace.
Wait,
He's over there,
Wait.
actually.
wait, is that the dead body that you're carrying around?
Yes, we're taking him to his
Yeah.
clan members
Which
for.
is, it's so odd that like that should happen at this very listen. I was told that we were gonna run into you, not exactly in this fashion, but I was told by a fey creature, and trust me, I don't trust her either, but she's kind of bought at least some of my trust, because here you are. Not exactly where she said you would be, because she was cryptic on that end. But like I saw you, like in those clothes. Are you looking for a quest?
Wait, so this fey creature, who you don't trust at all, but you kind of trust a little bit, said that I would be here and that I'm supposed to join all of you.
Wow.
She
Piotr, I
has
thought you were
earned-
good at
This-
talking to people. Wow.
I-
Wow.
You must really like her.
Have you ever had to convince somebody that you saw them in a dream? Listen, she, with this correct prediction, she has bought some of my temporary trust, and we are in enough of a, shall I say, soiled situation, meaning us, my friends and I. Anyway, listen. Have you ever had delusions of grandeur or thoughts that maybe one day you would help save the world?
No.
Wow. Let's hang on a sec. Let's start off with this. What's your name?
Galina. Galina Laskin. What's yours?
My name is Jelenia Rosislavovna Katenka, the Kontekov house in Kordovan.
I've never been there.
Yes.
It's a good place to visit, I would say.
Pretty good.
I'll add it to my list of places to see.
This is Corvette, and this crazy one, this is Piotr.
Sorry, listen. I can't. I don't do well with less formal introductions.
Or words?
It depends on the context. Sometimes I'm good with words. Sometimes I'm like this. Right now I'm like this.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is our words guy, so we are in deep trouble, as you could guess.
We've had a. I mean, hopefully it's mostly because the past day and a half, but
it's been a yeah. So I'm Piotr. Nice to meet you, Galina. From whence do you hail?
About 2 days south of Silvari.
Wait.
insight or not-
Silvari.
My map brain, Silvari is very much in the Empire, so 2 days south would be very much in the Empire, but she doesn't look like she's from the Empire, yeah?
Silvari.
Not, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, not anything you're familiar with.
But we would know Silvari.
Yeah, Silvari is there's a boyar in Silvari, fairly recently too. It used to be
Yeah.
Natal.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
why are
So
you
what?
all the way up here?
And
Who were your friends?
no,
Piotr motions to the guards. Or
Oh.
sorry, I'm talking over you.
I mean, sure, that's important too, but what kind of fashion statement are you putting out? Because this is one I've never seen before. Or have I?
No, you've never seen it
No?
before.
Okay.
Particularly
That
you,
tends to be-
Corbett.
Important question.
I am,
Corbett,
like,
who is the
so-
most fashionable member of the party. You have definitely never seen it.
What is...
You must not be very fashionable then, because this was all the style in Belgorod about 200 years ago? Give or take a couple decades.
Barrelgrad. Okay. Huh? Okay. And Corbett just like, he's like, what is going on? This is mind blown.
I don't think clothing is really all that important right now, though. You don't seem like you're going to kill me. And you did get rid of the guards. Could we go somewhere else and talk?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a body to hike over a little bit of a ways.
Oh,
I
You
would
have-
love, we would love if you would tag along.
well, seeing as how the other prisoners left me in the dust, it does seem safer to have friends around.
Prisoners? Please explain.
Oh, did you not see them? they apparently run faster than I do.
Okay.
But
Where were you prisoners of? Or to whom?
I think it was the Norsai.
It's a very
Okay.
archaic
I don't live around here.
pronunciation. You know that was the pronunciation of Norsay about 200 years ago.
wait a second.
I
So-
think we're going to run into a problem. Just because.
No, she's just been in a. Never mind. I'm not gonna make other
No,
weird.
they are all upset and they have seen us and we are trying to bring a body right to them. Seems like a stupid thing to do. Or am I wrong? I don't think I am.
Did we let's check the body that you downed. What clan or identification can we find from the body? Would it be of Kadiak's clan or a different one? Please be a different
investigation check.
Can I help?
Yes, you're welcome to help.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a
You can have
hard
advantage.
investigation check.
I
It's
need
just an
help.
investigation check.
It's a 9. So any help
No, you
is
get advantage.
Oh.
You get advantage.
It's a 9.
Piotr's
I'm
also
ashamed of
curious. Go ahead and roll again.
That's not how that works, Ian. You know that's
Please,
not how it
Patrick.
works. You know that's not how that works. I didn't say it was a hard investigation check. It was just an investigation check. But you can see that yes, they do have markings of a different clan. These people all have wolf head
they're
markings
not
instead
bears.
of the bear markings that Kadiak's
Okay.
tribe has.
We're good. If we just make it to where Kadiak's clan is, we'll be fine. Different clan.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that's guarantee anyway.
Kadiak seemed pretty insistent that we'd be. Well, he seemed pretty sure, obviously, in his death cries, of us making it. How much further do we have to go? I guess that's the question.
Like half a mile.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
at this point we can see the gates. Practically.
You're looking for a wolf head, the stone shaped like a wolf's head.
Oh, that's smaller.
All right. Let's go find it. Do you mind coming with us to that? We're going to another tribe. It's not the same one, but they are the same ilk, I would imagine. If you don't want to come with us, I think maybe the boys can go and drag the body over and I can keep you safe if you need.
You promise that as long as I don't try to hurt you, you're not going to hurt me.
Yeah, that's close enough to it, I guess I would say.
Then there's probably better safety in numbers. We should stick together.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
Right.
And with that, we're gonna take our break. Thanks for being here. Everyone, welcome Sarah playing Galena Laskin, our newest party member. We're very excited to have her. But we're gonna take our 5-ish minute break that normally ends up being about 10, but that's okay. And
See you in 20 minutes.
no, please no. We'll be back, so don't go anywhere. Bye guys.
It's less than 5 minutes.
No, it was 5 minutes. You went on break. We went at 8:37. It's 8:43.
Hi, everybody, we're
Hi,
back!
everybody. We're back.
Hello.
Well,
Just arguing about our scheduled break time.
Definitely the fastest one we've ever had.
it's true.
Mhm.
It is.
We're a very cohesive unit here.
It's worse than an Amazon warehouse up in here.
All right, so we're back. And we'll pick up right where we left off. So the party is heading their half-mile east to hopefully meet up with Kadiak's family. So you head east. Can I get people to give me survival checks?
Okay.
Kadiak.
The best rule of
Hey!
discussion from me.
I know. Survival.
All right, Galena, let's see what you've got. Roll better than a 3, please.
Dave,
Because I rolled a 3.
Alright. Corvette.
17. I learned from our last, trip avoiding the raiders, Piotr and I, so I'm improving in my survival out in the wilderness.
Okay. All right. Piotr, what'd
And
you get?
apparently Piotr is also terrified about almost dying that one time here because I also rolled a 17.
All right.
There we
Oh,
go.
There we go.
twice.
Well, the two women are kind of lost and not familiar with where they're going.
I've got Cadillac like over my shoulder. I'm carrying most of the weight, so
It's true.
that's my excuse.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Piotr and Corvette, after their bonding experience running from the Norsean raiders and not being found, are able to continue, and lead you all in the right direction. And it doesn't take long, not just a little bit longer for you to find this stone shaped like the head of a wolf. It's a pretty big stone. It's probably about as tall as Corvette, a little bit, obviously wider because it has to actually be shaped like a wolf's head. It's a pretty big stone, and it surprisingly looks fairly natural, not man-made. The next instruction was to turn south and wait. I'm assuming that he meant to maybe go a little bit south. He didn't exactly give any more specific instructions, or maybe he just meant turn and face south and wait. Who knows?
How about this, Corvette? You just turn and blaze and face south. I'll walk 3 paces south and then wait there.
All right.
One of us has to hit it.
If we're gonna be near this stone, then I'm just gonna hop up like on the top of it and just like sit on it. Maybe that's disrespectful. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
we just fought some guys with the wolf's sign on them. Maybe we should.
Yeah, no, maybe I won't do that. Okay. I
Actually,
won't do
maybe
that.
we should get away from this stone. If it's a wolf's stone and we just killed a wolf's clan member, just a little
Yeah,
distance,
just a little ways.
just a few hundred yards.
Okay. I don't want to have to pick him back up after I put him down again. So
Our last one.
All right.
I doubt it, but
So you sit and you wait for a little bit. About an hour passes, and after that hour, you see a group of Norsean clansmen coming into the clearing around the stone. Are you guys hiding, or are you just sitting and waiting? How exactly are you doing?
just
Sitting
sitting
and
and waiting. I
waiting.
think.
Yeah.
So they come in and they see, and you see them. You see several Norsean clansmen, and the one leading them is a dwarf, who looks like a very much older version of Cadillac, except his right arm is not a dwarven arm; it's a bear arm. They walk in and they see you, and they and they look at you and do you have Cadillac's body out in the open, or what did you do with Cadillac's body?
We have a sign that says Cadillac's body with an arrow pointing down.
No, I think I would have like laid him down, laid him like not in like any particular pose necessarily, but like arms to his side, legs just together.
So and I'm assuming you've uncovered his wound by this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so they walk into the clearing. They approach, and the one with the bear arm approaches you. He looks up. I've seen you. The elder spoke to me in a dream. You have my son's body.
I walk forward, give him a bow, say, yes, we do. And I hold out Cadillacs medallion to him with his clan symbol up.
He takes it in. Looks at him. Looks at it. Did my son ever finish walking the Urdine path?
Piotr steps forward. Okay, Ian is blanking on this, but Piotr, whether or not it's a lie, is going to say yes.
Give me a deception check.
Yes, I knew I was lying.
He technically never finished walking the path.
I did not.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Why
He
else
never
would
was a
they
bear.
ask that? Where's my D20? I found it. Oh, wait. Dope.
He's our words guy. Please do well, words guy.
I know.
21. Oh, wait. Sorry. 24.
Proud of him. My name is Keeladon. I am Kadiak's father.
It is an honor to meet you, as it was to walk and fight by the side of your son.
You were his companions who fought by him in his last battle?
Yes, we are.
Indeed.
Then tell me how he died.
He successfully defeated Podara.
Did he land the
And-
killing blow?
No.
Yes. Oh,
He had successfully pulled Podara out of a sacrificial circle. And I, while he was keeping her out, landed the killing blow.
Then how did he
And then-
die, if not by Podara's hand?
Another appeared, as if out of nowhere. And surprised us all, cut him from behind with something that we couldn't cure.
So trickery. You've now failed my son.
He would not have lost otherwise.
and even amidst that trickery, he managed to save the lives of his companions. And for that, we honor him.
Honor. Honor, you say? You've seen what the Norsean people have become. Stand in the bones of the thousands that are dead in Norsay and tell me that honor matters. Our honor is what got us into this disaster and a mess in the first place. Our traditions. Because Podara was the strongest, we followed her. Honor. I'm sick of that word. It is my son's honor that led to his death. He'd been willing to fight. With some, perhaps a little bit of dishonor, he might still be alive.
Are you disappointed in your son?
I'm disappointed in my people. And unfortunately, my son's death is a symbol of that disappointment. It didn't need to happen. My son followed our traditions to the letter. I remember him going on his first raid, choosing to follow the Erdine path. But if anything has shown that I've learned in these past few months is that our traditions and our honor can be used to manipulate us as well as any more Viren words. He then kneels next to his son's body. I am sorry, my son, I failed you. Perhaps if I had taught you to think a bit more for yourself, then this would not have happened.
Illidan, I am sure this pains you more than it pains us. And we can't understand what's going on exactly in your country and your culture, your clans. But of one thing I do think and would hope I would know is that your son would not want you to grieve, to beat yourself up. He was so proud of the traditions of his ancestors. And as you said, yes, honor has been broken, but also by living with honor, he lived a life with very little regret. And so, in that regard, be proud of your son for what he stood for. And have that as the memory.
You speak true words for a soft-skinned and flat-footed Mordviren. Your fancy clothes betray your true heritage, as well as those golden eyes. But you speak true words that I cannot deny. No. My son will be buried properly with our people. I thank you for bringing his body here. We will transport him the rest of the way home. Podara is truly dead, you say?
Dead as can be.
And perhaps our people can begin to heal. And free ourselves from the bonds of honor. He then motions to some of the people with him, and they come by, and they lay this blanket on top of him and begin to wrap up Kadiak's body, and they put him on this sled that they're pulling. He looks at you. Your people are going to attempt to retaliate against our people, and I cannot blame them for wanting that. We have killed hundreds of your people in the past few months. Tell them I wish them the best of luck in their war. And with that, they turn and they all begin to leave.
Hey.
Glad that's over. I really hate these people. Let's go.
Yeah, let's be
So heading
gone.
back to Norgarn.
Alright.
Even though you did not know him, thank you, Galena. Or, I guess, just letting us do this.
All I had to do was walk along and stand here quietly.
Could have gone elsewhere, so
How long were you a prisoner of the North Sea?
Not very long.
How did
Still,
you?
I can't imagine it was pleasant. It takes a lot to return to face even the form of that. Even if it's not the same people exactly.
Did notice I stood behind all of you.
That's fine by me.
Where are you going now?
Go back to Norgarn, and then I do not know.
Please tag along.
Ah, because you saw me in a dream. And he saw you all in a dream. Does that happen more often than I think it does?
Wait, who saw who in a dream? I saw you, yes. Who saw who else in a dream?
A
Kadiak's
man with
father saw us.
Oh, yes. This is the first time I've ever seen someone who I hadn't seen before in a dream, so I don't know.
Is that scary to you?
No, I've just never had it happen. I think I've read about it in a couple books, though.
Huh.
Did those books turn out okay for the protagonists?
One did, the other didn't.
I
And
like those odds.
the other books, well, my mother's not a big fan of fiction books, so they were more talking about what could cause unusual dreams, such as eating before bed and psychological problems.
Uh, I did both of those in this.
That was
Yeah. Well, Galena, it's good to have you aboard for however long our paths remain similar.
So before you were with the Norsay, what were you doing? What brought you all the way up here?
I wanted to see things.
Ah, okay.
I didn't have any particular destination in mind, so I just started going north.
Just sightseeing?
Yes.
How long have you been at that?
Mm, you know, keeping track of time is not my best thing. 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I don't know. What's the
Okay.
date today?
Oh boy.
Never mind. It won't help
it's
anyway.
a
I didn't
plot
look before I left.
appropriate
Plot
date.
appropriate
I
date.
can tell you that it's a plot appropriate date. So
But that's not that long. That's pretty good speed actually from getting all the way over there to getting all the way over here.
Is it? I hopped a few wagons.
Oh. Did they know you had helped them or no?
Well, I asked for a ride, and then after the one was attacked by bandits and I got rid of them with a fireball, it was easier to get a few more rides in the next city.
A fireball.
Uh-huh. I've never gotten to practice them before. There's a lot more space here.
Where did you learn?
Well, my mother taught me. I also went to the School of Sorcery, but they don't let you practice your fireballs as much.
It's dangerous indoors. That's actually the whole reason I ended up in the craft that I'm in. I launched a firebolt and it knocked over a vat of oil. It was really just a whole big flamey mess.
What?
Wow.
Okay. That's
Or
a new one.
backstory that Patrick didn't even know about. So what? You throw fireballs. What else can you do in a fight?
You get in fights often.
You
The
met us in
past,
the
what?
woods being chased by people who we immediately killed while we were dragging the body of another person with us.
Ever
It
since
does
I've known
happen.
these two, yes, lots of fights.
Oh. Mother said it was dangerous out in the world, but I thought she was exaggerating. I mean, even the bandits weren't that bad. It only took one fireball, and they ran away mostly.
Well, stick around us long enough, and we'll have to get your opinion later.
Oh, so then I'll get to practice more fireballs.
Hopefully, you've got other tricks up your
Yes.
sleeve or wherever you
Hey,
keep them.
fireballs. That's great.
Well, I could just try to put them to sleep before they attack you, but then you don't get to practice other things.
Hey, Piotr, if you ever have a hard time sleeping again,
Usually, I don't have trouble sleeping until I'm already asleep, ironically enough. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Kind of looking back and forth between Corvette and Piotr. She's eventually going to have to know.
Now what?
she did free some people, helps others, so it's a good start, right?
It's not fair. And I'm saying this loudly enough for you to hear, Galena.
She's looking
It's
back
not
and forth.
fair
like,
to ask her to walk around with us, knowing, just saying, oh, it's kind of dangerous.
Very true.
Fine, I guess we should tell her. I'm sure she's heard us indirectly reference it anyway.
You all know I'm
I mean-
standing right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. So
Somebody
how
else
to
want to give
put
the
it- literally, DM, how much detail do we want to give?
That's up to you guys. You tell her. as
Oh,
much as you want.
I was like, don't
know.
ask Patrick. He's just gonna throw it back on us.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that's up to you. How much
no.
detail you want to give her?
The
I
question's
say it's up to
put
Piotr.
together.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you're the
Well,
one
okay.
that says she
Here's
needs to be with
Piotr's
us, right?
decision. Here's Piotr's decision. Somebody else is gonna execute it. Because we know how that worked last time. Tell her everything.
All right. So we have a ways to walk, right? To Norgarn.
A long ways, probably several hours.
Well, in that case, leaving out people's personal backstories. We can start by telling them about the Profane Guard and what the heck they're doing and why we're trying to stop them.
I want to hear your explanation.
Oh gosh.
I want to hear you say it.
You have 21 episodes.
Yeah.
Like 100 hours.
So we all woke up as strangers in a weird valley. That's not important. Essentially, there's these big bad guys, or a group of bad guys called the Profane Guard, that want to bring back Morpheus, the dark dragon, evil dragon god. So that's what they're trying to do. And we got sucked into it somehow. We still don't... why? Don't know still.
RTM said something about it not being up to us.
We're chosen, but we don't know what the heck that means. So, but yeah, everywhere we've gone, there's been the profane guard to follow us, to fight us, to try and kill us, to try and stop us from stopping them. That's kind of what's been going on. And our party has recently been cut in half, as a couple of us went on some other journey
Adventures? Whatever.
adventure.
So they didn't die, though.
A couple of them
No,
haven't.
they got stolen by a prince.
Last we know, they're alive.
Yeah. Yes, and that was only a couple days ago. So they're hopefully still alive. And then Kadiak, the dwarf that we just brought back to his family, was killed yesterday. Again, in a fight to stop the profane guard from enacting one of the sacrifices that they need to perform to bring back Morpheus. And we still couldn't stop it. And lost
Again.
Yeah, again. So that's what you're getting yourself into by hanging around with us. But yes, you would have plenty of opportunities to throw more fireballs and whatever else you have up your repertoire.
Well, 1 out of 6 doesn't sound that bad.
Technically, at the time, it was 1 out of 4. So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
maybe a little worse.
Those aren't quite as good of odds. Although, according to Mother, you should all probably be dead. And your story sounds just like fiction, which definitely sounds more interesting than staying put in a tower, so...
What color? Oh wait, strawberry blonde hair. That's right.
Hang on.
I'm like,
Hang on a sec.
She Rapunzel.
So.
yes.
You may have been influenced by that story, yes.
Best Disney princess. We can argue later.
But yes, so we are stuck on a path that was not of our choosing, but of someone else's. Likely we will die. Likely the world will end. So can choose where you want to be when the world ends. If you want to be unaware and hiding somewhere, maybe drinking or doing something
Very
about
tempting
it.
sometimes, like today. That is very tempting today.
You might see strange women in your dreams if you do that, so be
Well,
careful.
I did not. Jelania, did you see strange women in your dreams last night?
No.
No, Piotr, that's only you. So,
Well, what say you, Galena? Will you accompany us?
For a ways, at least. Sounds interesting. Hanging out with the chosen ones.
Oh, please don't. No. I'm not okay with that. Don't say that.
the lost
No.
ones, because that's what we are.
But you just said that you're chosen.
We were told
picked
that
on.
I don't know, like
we don't know why
we
we
were
were
all
chosen,
supposedly
so.
chosen.
We
and
were
some of us are
taken
gone.
out of our lives.
The Taken, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang out with the Taken, so.
And Liam Neeson is not coming to save us.
No, he is not. That great warrior from.
skills. I mean, he's coming for you, Piotr. That's who's coming for
Oh,
you.
We will have to fight
will
Liam
find you.
Neeson.
And I will kill you.
That's essentially, yeah. Great. Oh, yeah. Oh, also, yeah, just so you know, we have bounty hunters after us, apparently. After Piotr, actually.
After me, but it's gonna kind of involve everyone
So,
here.
it's
how
not
that
just,
rolls.
this evil cult. It's now somebody else wants him dead or brought in.
Oh, but if the bounty hunters are after him,
Yeah, they're probably after us, too.
why?
I mean, I guess you could just offer me up as a peace offering. I'd prefer you not do that.
Well, you saw what happened with me and the other prisoners. Whoever runs the slowest is the distraction for the guards.
That
Very
might be
glad that I'm
Piotr,
faster than
actually.
you all.
So
That would be me. That would be me.
I can still
Think
fly.
you speed of 40?
I can...
Well,
So then,
luckily we
what
don't need
do
to
we
make that
do?
decision right now. What
Okay.
say you all we continue our long, dreary walk?
Well, we should decide what we're going to do after we get to Norgarn. Where we're going to go, what we want to figure out.
Are we gonna talk to Antovin? Was that his name?
Yes.
You seem hesitant about that now, but
Oh no, that's his name. Yes.
oh, okay. Just the way. Yeah. Start letting. I don't know. Start figuring out, letting people know more about this starting to become less so secret cult.
Yeah, we definitely need to start spreading the word, as it were.
I did send letters to the Boyar in Vinhelm, to the Emperor. I don't know if they got there. I don't know if someone picked them up and was like, throw them in the fire. I don't know. But people do need to know.
Yeah. Well, when it
Vinhelm
get-
also is possibly a site of another sacrifice. Maybe I should have said that before. Like I might have mentioned that
Before
before.
we left.
Not in character.
Oh, did you never tell us in?
I feel like it's been like a month and a half. I have
Yeah.
to feel like Anya would not have like hid that, but I don't think it's ever come out in character in game.
Retcon.
But Anya doesn't keep secrets from the party for need to know information. She doesn't do that. That's Artyom's job. So I do think that she would have told you guys for sure.
So is that the plan? Go back to Norgarn and then make your way to Vinhelm?
Yeah.
There is a
Maybe.
wedding that.
Or is that the very
Corvette-
stupid idea?
There is
for
a
you,
wedding
Piotr?
Corvette is expected to be at, by the way. You know, just to remind you.
In like a month and a half, right? Or a
Like-
month.
A month.
That's soon. With all the traveling we'd have to do.
Yeah. Do you, Corvette, you know Arkady. I assume Artyom is telling him things, wherever they're at. Do you think that he could be helpful to spread the word?
Arkady, you mean?
Uh-huh. Or
Yeah.
is he too dumb and he will tell everyone and get himself killed?
The one thing would be just, if the Profane Guard could be anywhere. So honestly, that's the risk for all of us. It's useful to have you around, for that, to know people's intents. But to have him as an ally and to have him use his influence, I think that's just huge. That would go a long way. So I do think, again, another conversation with him, or just, making him more aware of the situation as a whole. Because if there's one thing I know about him, it's like, yeah, he's not always the brightest. He's not the most brilliant, but he cares about this country and making it a better place. This would be something he would want to fight against.
Right. And he's part of those winged paladins. I feel like that
Yeah,
probably
Knights
is
of
a good
Bronislav?
sign.
Is that what it's
No,
called?
The winged
No,
ones.
the winged ones.
Winged ones. Oh, yeah.
He probably knows other people who would be really happy to get on board with this.
Hopefully.
much as I don't want to talk to him. That might be your job.
Talk to Arkady?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure. Why don't you want to talk to him?
You know, didn't get off on the right foot.
Hey,
No, not wanting to say anything too bad about Corbett's bud.
Well, we have the foundations of our new strategy, right? Yes, at least the next steps.
Galena, any thoughts from you? Any ideas of fighting against a somewhat secret cult trying to destroy the world? Or bring back the evil dragon god of the world?
Stop them?
Hopefully. We don't.
Who's this Arkady you keep talking about?
He
Or
is
its
the.
friend.
He's the. I always forget the actual word that we use. The prince of the.
Tsarovich.
How many what?
Sarovich.
Tsarovich.
Tsarovich, the prince of the empire. He's the Tsar's son.
Oh, so you're well connected.
Some people.
So why is
Corvette
this hard?
is very important. Knows a lot of important people.
You see, Galena, the nature of this war that we're fighting is such that it can be hard to know who to trust. So much so that up until now, I think you're about the only person outside of our original band who knows exactly what our journey, what our quest is. Or one of the only ones.
At least of people who haven't run into them themselves.
Do you know the site of the next ritual?
We don't know if it's the next one.
Just
don't
know
know
it's a
if
place
it's-
of interest to them.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to learn more before we go, as much as we can. I don't want to walk in blind again.
Also, based on what Piotr, that's where you're from, right?
Yes.
Vinhelm?
Yes.
So we'd be heading towards the bounty hunters and whoever wants you.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that. Although, yeah, I'll just assume that what I saw was current. Technically, we don't know if that's the case. However, yes, at least from whence they came. That would be it.
Going to a wedding of someone very important. It's not low profile.
No.
Although I guess
Um,
we might not have invites. It might just be Corvette.
I mean,
and in any case, hopefully by the time we get in the vicinity of Vinhelm, I will have figured out a way to disguise myself.
And at least we should start calling you something else.
Peter. How about Peter? Just kidding.
As someone who decided to use a fake name extremely similar to her own, not a good idea.
Yoter it is. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it
I
out.
call you Vlad.
bad.
Vlad.
That could be Vlad. Vlad the Impaler. I like that.
What do
Maybe
you
not
impale?
the
What things do you
impaling.
impale?
You know, like when you get
The
like a
hearts
piece
of
of chicken
women? Because
with
they're
a
so smitten
skewer.
by you?
No,
That
I don't
librarian
think.
was, so
Only
I mean,
the librarian, and that was totally on accident. But the Like when you get like the little skewer, like the wooden skewer, and then you put a piece of meat on it, maybe some fruits and vegetables. I'd like to
Definitely-
skewer one of those.
Okay.
Impale.
Sounds non-threatening. Yeah.
Unless you're a chicken.
Vlad the kebabber.
Kebab. That's my name. Hey, I'm Kebab. You can call me Bob for short. Anyway, we'll figure it out. It's a work in process. Progress.
Mhm.
Progress. Shall we continue our march?
I mean, we haven't stopped walking this whole time.
Yeah, no, we're
In my
walking.
brain, we definitely have. See, Ian cannot walk and talk at the same time.
Ah.
True, unfortunately, it's really difficult to have conversations with him. We're trying to go places.
Well, then Piotr can
Uh,
stop talking now, and we'll walk.
I'm just gonna.
All right. So, is there anything else that you guys want to do whilst you are journeying towards Norgarn?
I'll read some of that sweet, sweet journal.
You can read while
You're gonna
walking,
walk and
but you
read at the same
can't
time?
talk and walk. Like, they're
Different
come on.
muscles. Oh wait. Never mind. Yeah, no, that was weird. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, there's no reason that Piotr can't. You might not be able to, but there's no reason Piotr
I don't know how
can't.
Piotr would do that. Although, granted, maybe that's just my own limitations that I'm projecting onto this fictional character. But how would you walk and
give him a
read?
piggyback? He can read
Somebody
while you're
carry me.
saying.
I've got some journal entries to read.
If you want to read his journal entry, give me an investigation check, Ian.
Nat 20. Come on, Nat 20. Let's do it.
Less than that. More than a 1.
Great, that's the two extremes you can get.
Oh wow, 19.
19.
Wow,
Very
that
good.
was really good.
All right, I will send that to you. Anyone else have anything they're doing while they're walking?
While walking.
I feel like at this point, Anya has said all the words that she can handle for a while. She's gonna be just quiet now.
Yeah.
Patrick, I don't know how you sent that, but please do it via Discord.
Yeah, that's how it's getting sent.
Cool.
Kind of just, I think Corbett would just be asking Galena, like, sounds like you grew up in a tower. What was that like? Was it a space? I don't know. Yeah, what was it like growing up in was it like a castle, you mean? Like Castle Tower? A keep? Or like just a tower?
It was just a really big tower, yes. Although there's a courtyard outside.
Oh, very nice. So,
It has rooms and beds just like other houses.
Did you
So-
ever go into the courtyard?
Yes, there's a door at the bottom of the tower.
all
That's
right,
where the
so-
kitchen garden is, too.
Nice. So to keep my mind off of all the losses we've had, I've been focused very solely on, again, the style of clothing that you're wearing, and why did you make this? Were you inspired by, you said, Berylgrad about 200 years ago?
Yes.
And why do you wear this kind of clothing instead of what's most people do now? What's different about it, by the way? BM or Galena?
It looks more like a medieval dress.
Okay.
Sure, I can.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Sweet.
It also goes all the way down to her ankles, so it's not really all that practical for traveling. but it's somehow not as dirty and ragged as you might think it would be.
Very nice. Anyway, so I'll just keep light conversation with Galena for a little bit, but after a while, I'll probably just run out of things to say. Just have the awkward journey silence. Because we have a while to go.
So does Galena just let the conversation fade, or does Galena try to keep the conversation going, or what does Galena do?
She'll answer any questions that he asks her directly, but other than that, she's content to just keep looking around. You'll notice she isn't just looking forward, she keeps looking, like, everywhere.
Okay. So you see lots of snow, lots of trees. It's very winter wonderland-esque. So, you know, probably what most people picture the North Pole to look like when we're little kids and we talk about Santa Claus. But not the real North Pole. So, but yeah, very, if it wasn't for the fact that you knew that there was a bunch of bloodthirsty raiders in some of the trees and some of the hills, very picturesque. You walk for several hours before you can see the looming tower, the looming towers and wall of Norgarn. Still damaged from Podara's attack just a few days ago. It is getting closer to, the evening by the time you are within range of the gates. By the time you approach the gates. The guards, kind of, as you approach, they hold out their weapons and stop you. Halt! No one is to enter the city or without permission. Ooh.
Even we?
I just look at them. Hopefully they see my golden eyes. I'm too tired.
I just figured I'd charm them with my eyes.
They look at each other. One of them nudges the other. That guy right there. He's got the golden eyes. The other one looks back. Is that the group? Is that the party that was sent out? I thought the boyar said they had died.
Can we hear them?
Yeah, you can hear them whispering back and forth to each other. Yeah.
Can I hear what they're saying?
Yeah.
We can hear you, and no, surprise, we're not dead.
Oh. Glad to hear it. They kind of look at each other. We should probably tell the boyar. Feel like he'd want to know.
Sure.
Probably
yeah.
should.
They look at each other and they lower their weapons. You're free to pass.
Thank you so much. It's
Out of
such an honor.
character, I just want to point out that he didn't say, okay, then what are your names? He's just like, okay, you say that, yep, come on in.
ASMR aren't exactly common.
Oh, that's valid.
That's literally why I did it. I was like, there's 3 of us on this continent. Hopefully, only 3.
As far as they
Yeah.
only know of the one, too.
Yeah.
So.
I'm the one, the only.
Special
Exactly.
boy.
So you make your way into the city. And the city is clearly preparing for war. There's soldiers lining the streets. There's carts. They're stockpiling everything. That's what you 3 notice. Galena is really just kind of noticing the architecture and everything, kind of like ignoring the sets of the battle and everything that's going around. And you're seeing the architecture very, from your studies, you'd probably recognize it as dwarven in nature. At least some of the particularly the older stuff. The newer stuff seems to be kind of like a hybridization of dwarven architecture and kind of a more modern style that you aren't as familiar with. But if it wasn't for all the, soldiers marching around, it'd be a very, very pretty place to, visit. But lots of soldiers, lots of, war preparations, and so you guys are making your ways through the streets when you arrive.
Yeah, as we're walking through, like noticing that there's a lot of preparation going on, I'm gonna ask one of the soldiers, like, what is happening, like what the plans are. Are they moving like tonight, tomorrow? Like, what's the deal?
They look at each, they all look at, they look at you. Where have you been for the past 24 hours? the attack
Ouch.
against Podara failed. Or at least the group we sent didn't return. We're preparing to go to war. We should be leaving here tomorrow morning.
Well, let's go.
And we'll be about time. We're gonna go burn those Saiyan, curs to the ground. Every last pine tree, every last totem, everything that they ever had. We're gonna burn it all to the ground. About time. It's been too long.
I actually have some good news. Podara has been vanquished.
Yeah, where's your commander? We need to talk to him.
Commander Untoven, he's up in the. He's back. He'd be up at the castle. But good luck getting in.
Okay.
You're not letting anyone in besides that was
Sure.
involved in the war.
Yeah.
That's us.
Perfect. Okay. I don't want to talk to these dumb people anymore. I'm going.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you continue to make your way through the town to the castle. The guards there do recognize you and let you in. And in fact, they take you directly to the war room where the Boyar and Antoven are looking over the map. They look up as you enter, and you see a look of genuine shock on their face. Jelania, Lady Jelania, Lord Corvett. Man,
The dude.
right, we don't know your name. And
Vlad the Kebabber.
Tim.
No, I do not say that.
No.
You're returned. You're back.
Yes, and successful. Podara is slain. Though we don't know the state of her wider forces, we just know she has fallen. You're welcome.
The Boyar and Antoven look at each other. Then the Norsean forces would be in disarray. If ever there's a chance to strike out against Norsay, now would be that time. You've given us an opportunity. They look at each other like that. Antoven says, and we'll proceed with the plan. Just having Podara out of the way just makes it all that much easier.
I'm glad our efforts will have been good for something. Said he. Wait. I did not mean that to sound as depressing as it did.
Well, we did lose a companion in battle, so it can be depressing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for, but anyway.
I did notice that the dwarf that had been with you before was gone. And I have very disturbing reports. Said that before he left, that he was wearing full Norsean battle armor. Is that true? Did we have a Norsean spy in our midst the entire time? And you didn't tell me?
Spy's
Who
a
is it
strong
that's
word.
talking, by the way?
The Boyar.
Is it the Boyar or is it
It's the
Antoven?
Boyar.
Okay.
He has fallen. He helped slay Podara, and then in trickery, he was slain right after.
He was also not the spy. Not for them. Not even really for us.
And who was he a spy for?
For no
Oh.
one.
Right. You've done us a great service then by removing Podara. Make sure that you're well rewarded for your efforts. When the war is done, of course. Have to see what remains in the coffers by the time the fighting is over.
Right.
We do not seek, well, I'll speak for myself. I do not seek riches,
Of course.
but we'll talk about it later.
Well, if it
Might
is-
I understand your eagerness, or maybe I don't understand fully the eagerness of wanting to retaliate against the Norsean raiders. But I can imagine and could hopefully imagine the reasons why. Might I also just point towards another... Point your swords towards another individuals. Padara was being counseled in a way by people who wore silver masks and purple robes. They were the ones who were really pulling the strings.
Yes, the Profane Guard. Arkady spoke of them whilst he was here.
And
We have, at least here, no reason to believe that they're a real threat. Not seen them.
and yet the Tsarevich himself talked of him?
It's his duty. He's chosen a Silhana. He'll deal with the Profane Guard.
What if we also stand as a witness that they are the ones who are pulling the strings? That any help, any focus on this group would be infinitely more effective than anywhere else.
And Tovin kind of straightens his back. And what would you have us do? An enemy in the shadows that we can't see, that we can't fight? Point our swords in the right direction, and we will march on their strongholds.
Well, that's part of the trick. If they don't have a stronghold, then what do you do? But I know that relations with Norse have been fraught for many, many generations. Do you really feel like you have the wherewithal to wage war on an entire civilization, an entire country? Just you? Especially when it is provoked from within by these sketchy people. It could be so much easier just as you pass through, if you see these people, to just get rid of them, leave the Norseans to freeze up north.
The boyar straightens out. For generations, my fathers, my grandfathers, and some of my grandmothers, when they've had their chances as boyars, we let the Norsean people come and go into our lands as they please for their rituals and their traditions. We repelled their raids as best as we could, and we had a comfortable situation. They broke that. And my people, our people, call for vengeance. Did you not come here yourself, Miss Katinka, to, as a representative of Vitali, your brother, one of the barons under my rule, demand that I take action?
Yeah, so the Norseans that were pushing in because of the influx from these Profane Guard people. I will not tell you to stand by and do nothing. That is your choice. That is your decision. You know more of these matters than I do. I will only say that if these purple-robed people are pushed out of their ranks and their culture, however deeply they may be, things will return back to what it was. They also know you're coming. And they will be a lot more prepared than you might expect. They do not appreciate these people either. That captured shaman that we had, she was the one who alerted us to these people. And she spoke of how the Norse hated them as well. Instead of losing people and waging a war in the north for months, if not years, could simply try and push them out, get the Norsean on your side, and get rid of them.
The Boyard and Tovin look at each other. You speak wise words. We'll abstain from our war for now. When this business is done, I will personally petition the Tsar myself to march on Norse's shores. but I can see your point. There's an internal threat. We cannot waste our time and our resources with an external threat. You've done quite a bit for us. Not only have you saved my city multiple times at this point, you've helped my people. You've earned the right to our loyalty. We'll help you. Just send us and tell us what you need and when you need it, and do it.
Okay. We appreciate your intention. And when we know, we'll say.
The boyar looks at Antoven. Give the command. Tell our soldiers to stand down. Antoven kind of like grits his teeth. He looks up at you. He looks back at the boyar. Yes, sir. Storms out of the room.
I'm gonna go after him.
We'll get to that in a second. Anyone else have anything they want to do here in the boyar war room?
Nope.
First off, I will petition for some letters to be written to be sent home to me, as well as a follow-up to, sent home to my family. Mainly to be sent to Tatiana.
Okay.
Not to my father. And then also to be sent to the Emperor as a follow-up to Jelania's.
Ah, perfect. Actually, I have a letter for you. It was delivered on a ship, the Seahawk. He hands it to you. It's a letter from your father.
I just see that and I'm like, boy. Thank you.
Welcome.
From
Yeah.
my father. Sure, he's wondering what I've been up to. So
I wouldn't know. I didn't read the letter. I have more pressing business than to go through the politics and the trickery that would be required to open up a letter and then reseal it properly without you knowing. I'm aware that there are nobles who do it. We don't rely on such deceit up in Norgarn. We may not hate the Norseans, but we do have Norsean blood in us. They are an honorable warriors up here in Norgarn.
well, you have my gratitude. And you are a fair leader.
It's high praise coming from the son of the boyar of the Southern Isles.
Thank you. And one final question. Would there happen to be any open rooms now within the castle?
Yes, I believe we can find some rooms for you and your companions to stay in. There were a lot of casualties, as well as other men who are out with the main army that Arkady is leading.
You have my eternal gratitude for that.
Of course.
It's been a long couple of days, as you might imagine.
Of course. We'll let the servants. I'll have the servants show you to the baths and then show you to your rooms. Each room will come to the private bath, actually.
Wonderful. A final question: is the Seahawk still in port?
It is. It said it was awaiting the instructions that were found in your letter.
Ah, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take my leave.
All right. Piotr, Galina, anything you want to do? You are going to be shown to private rooms by servants.
Oh. How much does Piotr care? Piotr does not care enough to suggest that some strange woman sleep in the same room, but definitely in a different bed than he does. So,
I need you to give me a wisdom
uh,
saving throw.
who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh shit! I want you to roll badly so much.
So that he does say.
Oh, I did. Don't worry.
I just want you to suffer.
I was like, nope, not doing it. Oh, wait. Am I being mind controlled by a freaking Maeve? Why can't I find the wisdom stat? Oh, because I'm not looking in the right place. That is an 8.
Okay. All right, you only take 1 point of psychic damage.
Wait,
How often does this happen?
Just this once for now. You take 1 point of psychic damage, and you're just feeling this really major headache as Galena gets out of your line of sight.
oh,
Oh
I
no.
need to turn in my head.
Oh, no.
he's literally. There's a tether.
All right. I mean, Galena feels fine.
The threads of fate have been intertwined, at least for Piotr.
Alright. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Shalanya. Chase after Antoven, and he's just
I'm faster
stomping
than
and
him.
storming. Yeah, so you are able to catch up to him. He looks at you and says, "What?"
You seem really upset.
Set. Set doesn't even begin to describe it. You grew up in Cordovan. You weren't even
Yes.
you weren't raided until barely less than a few months ago. My people, my city, where my father rules, we were raided every spring and summer, sometimes more than once. And I've been trying for years to convince the Boyar to go after the Norsayans. And you took that away from me.
And Finn, I'm not saying never.
This is our chance. Disorganized, weakened by the loss of a great leader. I'm sure that there's going to be warlords amongst the Norsayans scrambling to take her place. This was our
Yes.
opportunity.
Yes, I know. But we need you here. We need you with us.
You need me. You didn't seem to need me yesterday before you left.
I did want to apologize about that. I have taken the habit of being harsher than I ought to be. But you have to remember, you were the only person outside of my house that was ever friendly to me, ever kind to me. In my entire life. And then you walked away.
You think I walked away by choice?
Whether you did or you didn't, it still hurt me very much. And I thought that you had chosen that. I thought you had decided to throw me out like everyone else had.
What was I supposed to do, Jelania? My father and the Boyar had arranged my marriage. It was to marry Adina. Still to marry Adina.
I know. I didn't know that. I'm sorry that I walked in and said something hurtful without knowing. I'm trying to be better, but...
Then let me go after those Norsayans. I'm gonna take a group. I'm gonna take any man I can get that's loyal to me. I'm gonna do what you told me to do. I'm gonna throw a backbone, a spine. And I'm gonna lead our men against Norsay, if the Boyar won't.
Can I at least please give you context to why It would be better if you stayed. Please.
Go ahead.
Where are we right now? I'm just like in the hallway
Yeah, just in the
with
hallway.
people around.
There's not many people around. Maybe a few guards patrolling back and forth, but not many people around.
Okay.
Maybe a
I'm
few
gonna, like-
servants, but
Yeah, I want to pull him somewhere where we're not gonna get like overheard or interrupted or anything. And I'm going to start explaining pretty much everything. Waking up. I'm going to start actually from the massacre in Cordovan on my house. While I'm telling him about that, I'm going to try and quietly do detect thoughts just to get his reaction just on that as I'm talking about like the profane guard members there.
okay. He's sad, very sad. Like it's sad to the point of being in pain. He wishes that you hadn't suffered that way.
Mm-hmm. So I'll tell him about the attack. I'll tell him about being out in the wilderness with Distre for 3 years, about waking up in Pelegrod, learning about like what was going on in there, getting out, what we learned about the sacrifices in Berograd, getting chased out of there by the profane guard. I will tell him about going to Cordovan, about Svetla and what she did. Not being able to stop the sacrifice there. I'll tell him about not being able to stop the sacrifice here either. And just kind of like a bunch of that context and everything. The whole time I'm trying to read his face, like gauge his reaction to everything.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage because of the detect thoughts.
Okay. Not that I'm good at persuasion. Because those were both not great. 12.
He lets out a sigh. I'm terribly sorry that all that happened, Jelania. That's not a war I can fight. I'm a soldier, Jelania. Not a politician. I'm not even a good warrior. I'm a tactician. I lead my men in a battle. I don't stand out on the battlefield.
Then you know that sending you and your men out into the north to the middle of nowhere where you can't be accessible quickly or can't even be reached very fast is not a good place to be when something goes wrong further out. When we need people. Nobody knows about this. Just me and my friends. Now you. We don't have other people to help us. I'm not expecting you to rile up the army and go storm some castle, because I don't know where they are. But I know it's going to get to a head. It's not going to stay quiet forever. And when it's out in the open, we need you there immediately. We need you there fast.
We only train against shadows, Jelania. We don't actually fight them. He takes your hand and brings it up and just plants a soft kiss on your fingers.
Grass.
I'm really sorry. And he turns and walks away.
I just kind of call out to him again. See that walking away from me is a habit of yours.
He turns around and says, You're not giving me a reason to stay.
What reason would you need?
I'm a soldier, Zalanya. You point me at a target, and I will, at a castle, I will tear it down. I can't, like I said, I can't fight shadows. I need to face the enemy that's before us. And this is the time to do it. I'm begging if you don't tell the boyar. I'll deal with whatever punishment he might have for me when me and my men get back. Not before then.
At this point, I think Anya's crying a little bit. Okay.
You asked me yesterday to get a spine. The Antovan from yesterday would have just bowed down to the boyar's will. But today, I'm going to do what I think is right. All those years ago, when I was betrothed to Idina, I was the man I was today. What would have been right would have been staying with you, talking with you. But today, what's right is walking away. That's why I'm doing it. And he continues, and he turns, walks back off.
Right. And he just stays until the tears stop.
All right. Corvette, do you want to read your letter? You're muted.
Oops. In an effort to... She's making a conscious effort to wait and try and gather the group before he opens it.
Okay. So I imagine probably in an hour or so, whenever Ulania stops crying, you can probably get the group together.
When she gets back to her quarters, yeah.
So you open the
In the
letter.
meantime, yeah.
Oh, go
In the
ahead.
meantime, before that, Cora's just like kind of staring at it for a bit, and then tucks it away until Jelania gets back, and Piotr and Galina are there too.
So you open the letter, and you see, so you begin to read it, and sure enough, it has your sigil, your house sigil on it, and it's addressed from your father, Conrad. And it says, "My dearest son, Corvette. It's been a while since I've seen you. It's come to my attention that you are somewhere in the northern part of the Empire, gallivanting around. You were seen in Belgrade, last my sources said. Of course, that is, unbefitting of, it's unbefitting of a, son of a boyar, particularly without your escort, Tian, and your friends. I'm surprised that you've taken up a new company. So I'm afraid that I can't let such behavior continue. To facilitate, however, in your gallivanting, I have decided to provide you with the Seahawk. It's the newest ship built in the southern shipyards, and the fastest on the ocean. It can outrun any pirate, Norsean raider, and outgun any of them with its special equipment. I'm sure you would like to do a full inspection when you arrive. The Seahawk is at your disposal, and its men have been instructed to protect you. The captain is a good man, one of my finest. You may recognize his name. His name is Liadov. Captain Liadov is a very good man. He is willing to sacrifice his life and the life of his men to protect you. So please stop running around like a fool by yourself and take some of them, and take the men befitting of your station with you. Sincerely, Conrad Pisek, Boyar of the Southern Isles, and your loving father.
Huh. Could have been a lot worse. Well, we got a ship now. Apparently.
That's where we're gonna call it for a night.
There we are.
All right. Thank you for coming out. I just wanted to make sure the letter got read before we called it. Thanks for coming out, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Again, welcome Sarah to our crew. We're happy to have her here, and hopefully, unlike some other people, she's able to stick around for some time. But yeah, so one other thing that we wanted to announce before we close today: Ready to Roll will be changing nights. Ready to Roll after tonight will no longer be on Wednesdays. We are moving to Thursdays at the same time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 Eastern. Yeah, we're excited for it. It's just, we obviously don't do this professionally. None of us are getting paid. Any money that we do make off of it goes right back into the stream to try to improve its quality and do other things, like advertisements, things like that. And so, yeah, that's that. So, so because of that, there's schedules, life things. That's the way why a lot of people have had to leave recently. To help facilitate the current crew and their needs, it's a better plan for us to move on to Thursday nights. So our next episode of Ready to Roll is going to be the 17th of June. Please, tune in for that. We will, of course, post reminders. That way you remember that. But then don't forget, this Friday we have the Oracle's Ossuary, the one-shot ran by Eric. Please tune in for that. And then on the 11th is when Heroic Tales, our Redwall-inspired mini-campaign, is going to start. We're also very excited for that. So again, thanks everyone for coming out, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.